I've been in the south of France for the past 2 weeks and I haven't paid anything for my accommodation. I'm currently in a massive 3-room apartment in Marseille and I've been here for the past 8 nights. And today I'm going to show you how you can do the same. All I have to do in return is look after this very sweet cat called Gaston and also water the plants. And really, for me as a crazy cat lady and as someone that loves to travel on a budget, this is a great way for me to save money on my travels. And in return, I get to stay for free. I have access to a fully equipped kitchen, Wi-Fi, a massive balcony for me to sit and do my work. So today I'm going to show you how you can do the same. So how to set up a profile, what to include in your profile and in messages to potential hosts, and what to expect from your first house sit. So house sitting or pet sitting is when you look after someone's home or their pets for a period of time while they're away, and you either feed their animals or water the plants, and in exchange you get to stay for free in their home. Their sits vary, some are for a few days, a few weeks, some are even for months, 6 months I've seen. It's more common during peak holiday season, but right now it's off peak and I've still managed to find. I'm using the website called Nomador, and I chose this because I knew I would be in France to visit some of my family, and so I thought that because Nomador has so many hosts in France, it would be a good option. If you are going more worldwide, I'd recommend looking at other websites, for example, Trusted House Sitters or Mind My House, or on Facebook groups. There are so many websites out there, and these rules will apply for all those websites.
A tool I like to use to find house sits is the website called housesitsearch.com. This website has house sitting listings from all around the world, and you can filter your search by location, dates, responsibilities, for example, which animals you'd like to look after, whether they have a garden or a pool that needs cleaning, and also which websites they're listed on.
You can turn alerts on these websites, so you can be alerted for specific cities or countries you want to go to with specific dates, and then just be quick to message them and hope that they say yes to you first. But it's not always cats, sometimes it's just plants. Sometimes there's other animals too, like dogs or birds or reptiles. For me, because I haven't had a dog before and because I'm also working, I think a cat is a much easier responsibility, so I've only been looking for cat sits, but there are also plenty of dog sits. I don't have to be here all the time. I usually feed Gaston in the mornings and the evenings.
Other tasks included cleaning his litter tray, watering the plants a few times, and keeping the apartment clean.
So for Nomador, I bought the quarterly membership, and I get the money back after one night's accommodation because that's the same price as a hostel.
I paid £24 for 3 months, but the price has since gone up to £29 for 3 months. You can also pay for a yearly membership, which starts at £79. The standard and premium packages include a cancellation service, and Nomador will cover some nights' accommodation should a homeowner decide to cancel on you. Homeowners cover the cost of what's needed to look after their pet, such as pet food and litter, but you pay for your own food and transport as you would if you were renting accommodation. Some house sitters charge for their services as this is their full-time job, but on Nomador you don't get paid as you're getting free accommodation abroad in return. Of course, you still have to treat it like a job and stick to your original plans. It is a two-way exchange.
So as this was my first time using Nomador, I had to show that I was a real person. So in my message to potential hosts, I told them a bit about myself, why I'm in France, what I do for a living. I gave them a link to other websites that have my picture and name on them. So the way I managed to get a house sit without references is I actually sent them an album of photos of me with cats so they could see that I'm good with cats, that I like spending time with them, and that I would actually care for them and feed them properly and look after them. So I think that really helped. But there's other ways you can show that you're a real person too. So by talking about your hobbies, why you're visiting the city, what experience you have with animals or with plants, and I think that makes you more trustworthy. Offer to have a video call with them or a phone call so they can see who you are as a person, and that builds the level of trust. On Nomador, there's also ways to verify your account by giving your address, your email address, a form of ID. There's other ways to show that you're a real person. And I guess the risk kind of goes both ways. Like, we also need to make sure that the people we're going to stay with, that their home is safe and in a nice area and that we don't feel unsafe.
How can we make sure that the house sit is genuine? Make sure that they've included detailed information and recent photos of their home and pets, including whether their pet has any special needs. Where's the home located? Is it in a rural area? Do you need a car, or can you access the home using public transport? What's included in the home? Is there a supermarket nearby? And most importantly, does the homeowner have good reviews from people that have previously stayed?
My first sit in Toulouse, they didn't ask me for any references. We just had a phone call and they could hear on the phone that I was a genuine person. I did say that I could find references if they needed, but they'd already kind of accepted the sit at that point. For the one in Marseille, he did ask if I had any references. So because I'd done cat sitting in Paris for a friend of a friend, I did have a reference to give him. But I think after speaking on the phone, he kind of already, accepted that I was coming without checking those references. So you just need to show that you're a real person somehow. They don't always check, so just give a lot of information about yourself. Ask for details of the vet as well. Any emergency contacts, so maybe they have a neighbor or a family member living nearby if anything happens during the sit. And yeah, just enjoy your time traveling and living rent-free in different places. I hope these tips help. Let me know if you try out house sitting or pet sitting, or if you've done it before. I'd love to hear your experiences. In the description below, I'll give some more resources to help you get started. Let me know how you get on. I'll see you in the next video.